filming right now. The lights.
What?
I'm filming.
Filming a podcast.
Filming what?
A podcast. Hello everyone, welcome to Culture Bytes. My name is Tristan. I am Northern Shoshone from the Little Salmon Carmacks First Nation, and I am your Culture Bytes host today. And today I am here with Madi.
Hi, my name is Madi. I'm from Surrey. I'm Red River Métis.
Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about wellness. We'll start off by asking you a little bit about how your summer is going so far.
Well, it's going good because it's like 2 days in, so the energy is still there. Slowly it's going to deplete.
I also want to highlight part of the buzz of the end of the school year for you. I understand that you've just graduated.
Yeah, I graduated and I'm going to be attending school in the fall, doing nursing.
Can you tell us a little bit about your educational journey, some of your highlights in terms of projects that you've worked on?
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the things I've done throughout my high school career is I did a program called Seed to STEM, which is a program for Indigenous youth. You usually start in grade 10 and you can do it all the way throughout your undergrad, which I'm actually going to be doing next summer as well. This summer I actually took the summer off, but I was with BC Children's last summer and I researched concussion care, and part of the program is you get to do a research poster and then you, for 6 weeks. Yeah.
I feel like that's the coolest thing ever. I want to also point out that my coworker and I had the opportunity to come and see the research papers and the posters at the end of a session last year, and it was really cool to see all of the hard work that you had put in and that your cohort had put in.
Thank you. Last time that I did one, it was you have 2 weeks to make the poster, and then a whole bunch of people, community, your mentors, everybody who's in it, they come see it. And you can also do it throughout undergrad, which is 4 months long.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably going to do that next summer.
Do you have any ideas for your future projects, or are those still cooking?
I think I'm going to ask to go back to my previous lab with Scott Ramsey, because it's really cool because he does research on rural health and how people who are from rural areas don't have access to concussion healthcare and brain injury services. So for mine, I collected data from 300 families and I put them into research priorities and ranked them, and then I got to draw out the priority paper, which actually was sent back out to the families.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool work.
Thank you.
I'm very excited to see how the rest of your research goes when you go back to it.
Okay.
I wanted to also talk to you a little bit more about the rural health. I know that you've got some big ambitions for post-secondary.
Yeah. So since I'm going to nursing at UBCO, one of the options that you can do for Glow Global is you can go to Haida Gwaii. And so I want to go to Haida Gwaii to do rural health. And then eventually once I graduate, I actually want to probably work in a really rural area, Nunavut or something. And so I could do community health that way. And then eventually maybe I want to go back and become a nurse practitioner, so then I can pretty much do everything a doctor can.
Mm-hmm. I think that that's going to be a really exciting journey. Are you able to share with us a couple of things that you do for yourself in terms of wellness when you're doing all of these big research projects and whatnot?
Okay, so some things I do for my wellness is I'm a very big runner. I did the Sun Run, I did the BMO Marathon, and I think running for me is always a good way to get out all the stress that I have from the school year and doing all of these things. And then I also think running is a good way before you need to study. It brings down all your stress levels and you can actually focus all night.
Do you have any recommendations for somebody who's looking to get into running?
Okay, I would absolutely stay away from gels. They're disgusting. Okay, don't do it. You don't need them until you're doing like a marathon. But it's like pretty much a funny way to carb load and eat a whole bunch of pasta. But yeah, I would say that's the best way to get into running is just eat to the point where you're like, okay guys, running's not that bad. It's like a low-key chore the first few times.
I think it's also good to do a little bit of the run walking.
Oh yeah,
when you're
you can
getting
do like
into it.
a minute and then run and then a minute and then run. That's a good way to do it, and that way you don't get like heat exhaustion as fast.
Mm-hmm, especially in the summer. So I guess another pointer would probably be stay nice and hydrated.
Yeah, definitely. You can get like the running vests. Those are really good for like keeping hydrated because I don't drink water unless someone is like pretty much forcing me to drink water.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, if you do try the gels, definitely have water with them.
Oh,
it
yeah.
makes them slightly better.
Yeah, they're gross.
Ever so slightly.
And electrolytes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maddie, are you able to share a little bit about the project that you're working on this summer?
Yeah, okay, so since March, I made a poster, and it's to collect school supplies, and I'm gonna put all together with some friends, like all the school supplies we've collected from different community organization and members, and it's gonna go towards Indigenous students in the Surrey School District. So at the end of summer, I'm gonna go to the district education building, and I'm gonna say this is the purpose for it, and it's for high school students, because I often noticed that there was not enough like funding and opportunities to get school supplies if you're in high school, but there was if you were in elementary. So I saw the need, and I wanted to put a project forward for it.
Can you share a little bit more about what you're putting into these bundles for folks?
So each one is going to have a backpack. They're going to have crayons, and then they're also going to have a binder. And then hopefully, if we get it, I'm going to add a $5 like gift card in each one to Tim Hortons.
I thought you were just going to say $5. No. I was like, that's the most Indigenous giveaway ever.
Be like, here you go, guys, under the table.
Yeah. This will be hidden in the gift card,
oh, yeah.
potentially. I feel like that's going to be such a wonderful gift for folks to receive.
Yeah, so far we have 70 backpacks, so that's hopefully we get it up to 100, because that's like my goal by the end of the summer. But backpacks is definitely the hardest thing to get from the community. I think binders are the easiest because they're reusable, versus like backpacks, they kind of are harder to get because they wear down very fast.
Mm-hmm. Do you have an assembly system in place to put your bundles together?
Can you reframe that question, please?
Have you decided how you're going to organize everything?
I think we're going to go to like a gym, and we're pretty much just going to put all the backpacks out and then just do it like that. Mm-hmm. And then some of the extra like school supplies that we got that weren't necessarily for this, like people just donated them to say, hey, here's this. I'm going to go to my previous elementary school, and I'm just going to give them to the like elementary school, because they have like the banners for like elementary. They also like alphabet charts that I have, which aren't going to go inside of the backpacks, but I thought it was cool to still give it to the teachers.
Mm-hmm. I can also see how alphabet charts would be better suited for elementary school children instead of high school youth.
Yeah.
I think that that's going to be such an exciting project. One of the things that the Indigenous Youth Wellness Team does fairly frequently is the Indigenous Youth Wellness Takeover Program, social media takeover program. It's an opportunity for youth to do 3 to 5 posts for our team, and they receive an honorarium. And you've done this with us a few times. Can you tell us about your experience working with the team?
Yeah, so I've done it for the last 2 sessions that there's been, and I hope to do it again in the future. Last time my posts were mostly about hiking, and I think I was like, one of the posts I remember was that you need to have boots, because my boots actually broke one time when I was hiking, and because I thrifted them, and you see $20 boots, don't trust them, because the entire like bottom fell off, and and it was like, thank God it was like only like Quarry Rock, so it was like only 2 kilometers up, but they broke halfway up, and I was like, I'm going up. I need to. It's already halfway there. And then I think one of the other posts I did is I actually drew like a girl with like a Coast Salish hat, I believe, and it was talking about that.
Can you tell us a little bit more about kind of your thought process in creating posts?
Yeah, so I usually think about like a theme that I want to do, and I try to make them all within that. So my posts that I did last time were on trees, I believe, and the different types. I think it was like on that.
I know that we've talked a little bit about the hiking before we started filming. Can you share a little bit about your summer plans in terms of hiking?
Absolutely. Okay, so in two weeks, I'm going to Calgary, Alberta through a program called Girl on Ice, which actually flies me there for free. The entire program is no cost, and they prioritize like groups of diversity, so like Indigenous youth or like LGBTQ youth, they prioritize them, and they it's like 2 weeks to learn how to hike. So I know we're going up to the Alaskan Hut, and we also get to do like ice picking, which is pretty cool.
Can you tell me more about ice picking and what that entails?
So I'm pretty sure we get the big like ice like grips for our boots, and then we get like, kind of looks like a sword almost. I don't really know how to describe it, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna learn how to use that, and I think it's really cool because I've done like the grouse grind. I'm from Vancouver. Everybody's done it. It's kind of like a requirement to live here, and I've done that, but it's kind of cool to see that there's still like ice in the middle of July as long as you go high enough.
Have you ever done ice climbing before, or is this the first time?
This is gonna be my first time.
Are you excited for the experience?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I have a follow-up question. Have you ever done regular climbing before?
I've done on and off rock climbing. I have ADHD, so I kind of forget to do my hobbies. And I've never done outdoor rock climbing, but I've done quite a bit of indoor.
Have you done bouldering as well?
Yeah, that's what I do.
It'll be really interesting to see how they differ.
I hope my skills transfer. I hope it's not starting from scratch.
I feel like they'll be transferable because it's going to be lifting your body up on a wall.
When you do scrambling, which is when you go on the mountain and it's very rocky and you're pretty much climbing, I feel like that skill would transfer because I did a hike for 2 days with some friends last year at Seymour, and that was pretty much all you're doing with a 40-pound backpack, and that's more so what I'm scared about is the 40 pounds on my back while doing the ice.
Do you have to have a backpack when you're ice climbing?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that.
Because you're hiking up. The only way to go up with your things is to bring them.
Oh, and you have to bring rope and the ice pick and the boot. Do you hike in the boots or do you switch them out?
I'm pretty sure they go on top of your boots, kind of like spikes, but they just you can remove them.
Okay, so yak tracks.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm familiar with those from the icy season.
Oh yeah, I think it's that.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be a lot easier to carry than I was imagining. I was imagining a whole other set of boots. And
yeah. I think you need a harness though, for sure, to be able to do it. And then there's the little grips that you go up.
I think that's going to be really exciting. Can you share a little bit more about the application process for this opportunity?
Yeah, okay. So in the fall, I believe it was November that I applied, you write a few short essays, and I think they're only 300 words, so they're not really an essay, it's a paragraph. And from what I can see, since I got in last year, but I didn't end up going because of Seed to STEM commitments, that it's pretty easy to get in, I think. It's more so just putting your time and effort, and then you need one recommendation letter, usually from a science teacher, because a part of the program is you do a science project at the end. I think it's on water science.
I feel like that'll be really exciting to do a water science project after climbing on frozen water.
I think we're gonna take water from different elevations and then compare maybe different minerals in it. I think that makes the most sense of what I can think of that you can do on the land.
So not only is it ice climbing, it's ice climbing to get scientific samples for your research. This is the coolest research project that I've heard about.
It's a very cool program, and the ratios is really good too because you're supported all along the way because someone meets you at the airport, and there's only I think 11 youth who do it, and then you have 10 staff. So it's pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio, which is pretty good.
And then how long does the program itself run for?
It's 2 weeks, but the first 2 days you're actually just doing day hikes. And then it's 4 days going up to the Alaskan hut, and then you're doing 2 days trying to summit. And then you're going to come back down and you're going to go to the Alpine Canada house, which is I think their headquarters in Canada, and they pretty much teach people how to hike.
I think learning how to hike in the ice is
it's
a different skill set.
Whole different, guys. To hike normally, you just need a backpack and a pair of shoes, usually Converse.
I cannot imagine hiking in snow in Converse in any scenario.
One day I'm going to hike Mount Washington, I think, or is it Mount Baker? The one you always see in Vancouver. I think it's Mount Baker. I want to summit that one day and then try to go towards the direction of Vancouver and take a photo. Be like, guys, I was there and now I'm here.
That would be a super cool hike for sure.
Yeah. One of my friends, they're 17 and they summited it last winter. They did it in the winter by themselves. And I was like, oh my God, that's impressive.
I feel like that would take hours of dedication just to train to be ready and to have that fitness level to summit.
I think I need to summit Golden Ears before I do that for sure.
Mm-hmm. But I imagine the views would be breathtaking.
Yeah, I can't wait because it's in Glacier National Park, the program in Girl on Ice, and it's very pretty. It's not where the wildfires hit a few years ago because that's more so Banff and Jasper, but it's pretty much above it on the map.
Mm-hmm. And then, Madi, I know that you have a very busy summer this year. Can you tell us a little bit more about your next trip where you'll be speaking?
Yeah, so quite literally after the Girl on Ice program, I'm not even coming home to Vancouver. I am taking a flight from Calgary, and I'm at 9 a.m. to go to Brampton, Manitoba for the annual Friendship Center forum.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the forum and what you'll be doing?
Yeah, I'm representing SIAC and my Friendship Center, which is the Surrey one. I'm going to do it with the national chair, Samantha, and I'm going to be probably focusing on talking about child welfare because I grew up in foster care since I was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm. And do you have everything planned out already for that trip? Is there anything outside of the conference that you're excited to do or see?
I'm probably gonna I know it's really flat in Manitoba, so I kind of want to see how flat it is because I've never been there and I'm so used to mountains. To me, Kelowna is considered flat.
Mm-hmm. I have never been to Manitoba before, so I don't think I've ever been anywhere where it's been super flat. I've always had a mountain.
And I also think it's cool to see where my ancestors came from because that's where the Red River is. Mm-hmm. And I think it would be cool just to see my homeland.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be really great to have those connections. Yeah. I always love when I'm able to go up north to my homelands and to just be on the land. Yeah. It feels very, very connecting.
I also hope that Wob Canoe shows up to the forum.
I hope so too.
Because he's the coolest celebrity ever.
I feel like that would be a really cool experience to have, to be able to speak in front of WAB.
I think it'd be so cool. And I know I'm voting as a youth member too. Mm-hmm. So because there's the youth thing before the annual meeting, and so I get to attend both, which is pretty cool. And I heard there's a volleyball night.
You got to practice for the volleyball. Yeah. Actually, I feel like climbing all of the ice is going to get you.
Oh, no. I'm ready to go. That's the day I'm flying in from. My legs are just going to be like this.
But then you can still give it your all.
Yeah, definitely going to try.
Yeah, and then take some recovery time too, I suppose.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you about whether or not you have any advice that you'd like to share with your younger self.
I would say,
or other youth.
Mine would be for other youth to try everything you can, because one day you're gonna look back and you're gonna see that you could have traveled so many places, and when you're old and you're retired, you're not gonna be able to go skiing. You're not gonna be able to do so many different things. So if you try it when you're young, it definitely opens up doors and different opportunities in the future.
Yeah. I'd also say to learn from other folks' experiences.
Yeah, definitely.
So, for example, making sure that you have,
buy the new boots. Do not thrift your boots.
Some things are worth investing a
Yeah.
little bit of extra money or time into, for sure.
For sure.
Oh my goodness. But Madi, you definitely do all of the things. I know we've talked about exercising, we've talked about education, we've talked a little bit about your drawing and your arts. Is there anything else that you wanted to share?
Sure. Something I could share that I'm doing is I built a website for foster youth where I collected different scholarships because I noticed that they were all over the place, and I'm hoping that working with the superintendent in Surrey that we can actually build it into a proper website and not just using Base 44, which is an AI system actually. That so I wrote everything and I collected all the data and then I told it to code because unfortunately I do not know how to code. But yeah, and I think I'm going to try to build that into an actual website that youth can access.
I think that sounds like a really great resource for folks.
Yeah, it's so many and it has there's two sections of this website that I built because this is just like the draft version of obviously, is that there was like a homepage for like foster youth, and then there's like a little quiz you can do that will scan you for every single one you're eligible for, and then there's also an Indigenous page that I added because I noticed that 60% of the foster system in BC is actually made up of Indigenous kids. And so if they're eligible for foster youth, foster scholarships, a lot of them would benefit from also resourcing, using the Indigenous scholarships as well.
That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think that all of the projects that you're working on are such a great way to give back to community.
Yeah, I definitely say helping others is where I belong, and that's part of the reason why I chose nursing.
I'm really looking forward to see where your career takes you.
Thank you.
And I'm so excited for the rest of your summer and all of the fun experiences that you have planned. And I cannot wait to hear a little bit more about your research in the future. Thank you so much for sitting down with us.
You're welcome.